I, Dr. Shukla Das, propose to work on restoration of mangroves in the Sundarbans of West Bengal. Mangroves are salt-tolerant evergreen tree or shrub-dominated ecosystems that occur in tidally influenced areas along sheltered tropical, subtropical, and mild temperate coastlines. Mangrove forests are structurally diverse ecosystems sustaining high biodiversity as well as rich seafood supplies. Mangroves provide a number of valuable ecosystem services because of its unique natural characteristics that contribute to human well-being. World's single largest mangrove forest, Sundarbans, is at serious risk of losing its origin from the world due to diverse human activities. A total of 35% of the mangrove forests have been reduced since 1980s from the world, which encompass about half of the area of mangroves, and every year 2.1% mangroves are decreasing. The mangroves have been destroyed because of natural disasters, human settlements, overexploitation, conversion into salt or aquaculture ponds, and other aggressions, in spite of their important ecological and social roles. Coastal development, industrial activity, pollution, aquaculture, and logging for timber and fuel wood are rapidly replacing these salt-tolerant trees and the ecosystems they support. So biodiversity is also decreased due to lack of mangroves. As a result, shortage of mangroves and climate change impact together accelerates the volume of vulnerability of the coastal area, especially river erosion. Sundarbans mangrove ecosystem is a safeguard and livelihood support for 3.2 million climate vulnerable coastal people. So we want to restore mangroves through planting 1 lakh mangroves in the Sundarbans coastal region. Mangroves provide ecological and environmental protection. Mangroves play an invaluable role as a nature shield against cyclones, ecological disasters, and as protector of shorelines. Mangroves stabilize coastlines and serve as natural barriers or protectors against huge storms, preserving coastlines. They protect the coastline by acting as wave breaks. Mangroves protect the soil from erosion. They are the buffer zone between the land and the sea. Mangroves are known to remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere through photosynthesis. They are capable of accumulating and storing carbon in the soil in large quantities. They fix greater amounts of carbon dioxide per unit area than what the phytoplankton do in the tropical oceans. Mangroves purify the water by absorbing impurities and harmful heavy metals and help us to breathe a clean air by absorbing pollutants in the air. Mangroves retain, concentrate, and recycle nutrients. Mangroves have the ability to retain, concentrate, and recycle nutrients, and also trap debris, sediments, excess nutrients, and toxicants through their natural filtering processes, and this improves water quality of tidal rivers that drain through the mangroves. Mangroves provide resources. Mangroves are breeding and nursery grounds for a variety of marine animals. Mangroves save the marine diversity, which is fast diminishing. Mangroves harbor a variety of life forms like invertebrates, fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and even mammals like tigers. Mangroves are a main source of income generation for shoreline communities like fisherfolk. Mangroves provide a good source of timber, fuel, and fodder. The research objective is rehabilitation of mangroves as soft barriers against sea level rise in the coastal region of West Bengal, while maintaining the ecological balance and sustainability of socio-economic activities. We propose that 1 lakh mangroves will be planted in the Sundarbans coastal areas. Planted mangroves will protect riverbank erosion and save the households near the riverside from different natural calamities like cyclone, flood, etc. Once the planted mangroves get adult, it will become the house of various types of biodiversity. Community living beside the planted area can also make non-timber forest products from those mangroves to reduce their poverty. Planted mangroves will prevent unwanted migration of coastal people by reducing riverbank erosion and protect the community from other natural calamities. The community can use dried branches and timber of those mangroves as fuel wood. So these mangroves will have social impacts as well as environmental impacts. Once the community will get benefit from mangroves, they will conserve those mangroves for their own betterment. Sundarbans has substantial ecological and economic importance at local, national, and global context. Climate mitigation and adaptation are a country's most pressing actions in the face of a looming global climate crisis, with catastrophic consequences already occurring in many coastal regions. The protection, restoration, and sustainable management of mangrove ecosystems can help mitigate global climate change. The restoration of mangrove forests and other coastal systems is emerging as a solution, serving both as a carbon sink as well as offering coastal protection and food security. Intact mangrove forests store substantial quantities of carbon in their trees and soils, and regrowing mangroves are capable of rapid rates of carbon fixation. Mangroves are disappearing at an alarming rate around the world. This could have alarming effects on biodiversity due to loss of habitat because of the human activities. If the mangroves are destroyed, there will be degradation of ecosystem, endangerment of species, loss of wetlands, decline in fish and wildlife population, incidence of floods, deterioration of water quality. Thus, there arises need to conserve mangroves. When we destroy the mangroves, not only do we destroy the ecosystem that functions naturally, we also lose the free services mangroves provide us with and have to pay to replace them. Different activities should be done in order to protect mangroves, such as afforestation, legislation including laws and policies, monitoring and surveys, protection including conservation, parks and reserves development, soil conservation.